Good morning, everyone. In the last session of Unit 3 of Instrumentation and Process Control, we have learnt about the instrumentation diagrams and how to write the instrumentation diagram, the schematic representation of the various the elements present in a particular instrument, and also we have learnt the block diagram, the various constants of the block diagram, and what is the function of the each constants of the automatic control. How do we represent in a block diagram? What is an operational diagram? What is a physical diagram? All we have learned. So in continuation with the last session, today in this session we will learn about the modes of control by using an automatic controller system. So in that modes of control we will learn exactly on-off control mode of action or the two-position mode of control action and the proportional control mode of action, the principle of working of these control modes. So what do you mean by the modes of control? So in an automatic controller, so the modes of control is nothing but it is a method by which automatic control generates counteraction to reduce the error. So method of giving a counteraction to reduce the error in any automatic control system is nothing but the modes of control. So there are different types of the modes of control. So the list is given here. You can see on-off control or the two-position mode of control, the proportional control mode of action, the integral control mode of action, the derivative control mode of action, the proportional integral control mode of action, proportional derivative control mode of action, and the proportional integral derivative control mode of action. So these are the various 7 different modes of control action. So in this session we will learn what is the principle of working of the on-off control mode of action or the two-position control mode of action and the proportional control mode of action. So in a further sessions we will be learning about the integral control mode of action, derivative control mode of action, the proportional integral control mode of action, the proportional derivative control mode of action, and the proportional integral derivative control mode of action. So first coming to on-off control mode of action or the two-position control mode of action. So as the name only indicate, the on-off control mode is it either does on or the off control action. So it drives the manipulated variable from fully closed to fully open depending on the position of the control variable relative to the set point. So on-off control, so the manipulated variable drives the manipulated variable from fully closed to fully open depending on the position of the control variable relative to the set point. And in this control action, the manipulated variable what we have is changed either to the maximum value or minimum value depending on the controlled variable. Are you understanding? So the manipulated variable will be changed either to maximum value, that is fully closed value, or the fully open minimum value depending on the controlled variable, whether it is greater or less than the set point. So that is what it is being given on the position of the control variable related to the set point. So whatever the differential gap we have comparing with the maximum value or comparing with the minimum value, that differential gap makes the manipulated variable to maintain its previous value till the control variable moves beyond the set point slightly. Are you understanding? So the manipulated variable here we represent it as in terms of m, and the error we represent it in terms of E. For example, temperature control on-off control mode of action the best works with the temperature control in a domestic heating system. So the differential gap, whatever we have is there, is been makes the manipulated variable to maintain its previous value till the control variable moves beyond the set point. You can see here the set point. This is the set point. So the maximum value and the minimum value. The output turns off. If it is maximum, when it is the output value when it is being compared with the set point, if it is beyond the set point, it is a maximum value, the output turns off. The system will turn off. If it is less than the set point, the output will turn on. So whatever the differential gap between the maximum value and the minimum value, when is compared with the set point, that differential gap we also call it as a hysteresis. Are you understanding? So the best example is temperature control as we have in a domestic heating system. So these on-off control mode of actions are usually the electrical devices used in industrial and domestic control. So widely used in electrical solenoid valve. And it is very simple and also it is inexpensive. And it is being used, as we have already discussed, it is being used in industrial and the domestic control. So this is about the on-off control mode of action. So the manipulated variable will depend upon the output value of the controller, and if it is maximum when it is compared with the set point, then the system will turn off, the output turns off automatically, and if it is minimum when compared with the set point, the system will on automatically. So this is the basic principle of the control mode of on-off control mode action. So next, moving on to the proportional control mode of action. In a proportional control mode of action, there is a continuous linear relationship between the value of the control variable and the position of the final control element. So value of the control variable, that is M, to the position of the final control element. So proportionally, based on the value of the output value of the control variable, there is a relationship between the value of the control variable and the position of the final control element. So here the output of the controller is proportional to error always. So that's why we call it as a proportional control mode of action. So whatever the output we have got, it is being compared with the set point, and what is the error which is obtained in difference between the output value of the controller and the set point will give you the error. So whatever the output of the controller we have got is always proportional to error with time. So output value, the manipulated variable, is directly proportional to error. Output of the controller is being proportional to error t, is being denoted by an equation. Mathematical equation is equal to M is directly proportional to E. So the proportionality constant is being replaced by Kp. So the Kp is called the proportional sensitivity or the gain of a controller, and M is the manipulated variable or the output of the controller. So what is it? What is this proportional sensitivity of the gain of a controller? So the proportional sensitivity or the gain of a controller is nothing but is a percentage change of the controller output relative to the percentage change in the controller input. ಎಷ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದರ ತಕ್ಕಾಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ದ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So what is a proportional band? The proportional band is a change in the value of the control variable that causes full travel of the final control element. So change in the value of the control variable, the output of the control variable is nothing but the output value. So when it is being compared with a set point, whatever the change we have got, that change in the value causes, it will be impacted, it will be imposed on the final control element in order to cause the full opening or the closing of the final control element. Full travel of the final control element in the sense either opening or closing of the the final control element based on the change in the value of the controlled variable. So what is a proportional band of we understood now what is a proportional band. So proportional band is nothing but what change in the value of the control variable that causes the full travel of the final control element. So the proportional band, whatever we have learned just now, is been related to a particular instrument and can be expressed always as a percent of full range. For example, the full range of an instrument is about 200 degree Fahrenheit, and it takes 50 degree Fahrenheit change in temperature to cause a full travel of the final control element. Then the percentage proportional band will be is 50 degree Fahrenheit in 200 degree Fahrenheit. That can be expressed in terms of percentage as 25%. So in this way also the proportional band of particular instruments can be expressed. The proportional band P expresses the value necessary for 100% controller output. If P is 0, the proportional band is 0, the gain or action factor Kp would be infinity and the control action would be on and off. So this is about the proportional mode of control action. The main thing which you have to remember is here in the control mode of action, how it works is based on the error which is a difference between the output value of the control variable and the set point. The correction is being made. Proportionally, the correction is being made. So, and this is being related with a mathematical equation as m is equal to Kp into E. So, this is the main principle of the control mode, proportional control mode of action. So for the references, you can go through the books which have been telling from the previous sessions of Unit 1 and Unit 2, and also you can you can Google to the YouTube channel with this link for the more information on on-off mode of control action and also the proportional mode of control action. I hope you have understood from this session of on-off mode of control action and the proportional mode of control action. Thank you.